My friend Snort. Chapter 1. The Unlikely Duo. In the mystical land of Follyfae, where magic and adventure awaited around every corner, a peculiar duo was about to embark on the journey of a lifetime. Gruff, a burly warrior with a heart of gold, found himself teamed up with the most unusual of companions, Snort, a plump and surprisingly agile pig. Gruff had grown tired of the mundane life in his small village, longing for excitement and a chance to prove his worth. Little did he know that his world was about to be turned upside down. As he polished his trusty sword one day, an ancient seer appeared before him with a dire warning. "Gruff," the seer began, her voice trembling with urgency, "an evil sorcerer seeks to turn all the animals of our world into stone statues. You are destined to stop him, but you must do so alongside an unlikely ally." Gruff raised an eyebrow, skeptical of the seer's words. But before he could question her further, she vanished, leaving behind a small piglet. The piglet looked up at Gruff with intelligent eyes and snorted softly. It was then that Gruff knew that this was no ordinary pig. Despite his initial reservations, Gruff quickly grew fond of Snort. He discovered that Snort was a fast learner and possessed an uncanny ability to understand human speech. They trained together, forming an unbreakable bond and becoming a formidable team. As word of the sorcerer's nefarious deeds spread, Gruff knew that the time had come for them to set out on their quest. With Snort by his side, Gruff felt a newfound sense of purpose and determination. The duo prepared themselves for the challenges ahead, knowing that they would face countless obstacles and enemies. And so, Gruff and Snort began their journey, setting off into the unknown with the fate of the world resting on their shoulders. Their adventures would take them through enchanted forests, treacherous mountains, and bustling cities, meeting friends and foes alike. Together, they would learn that even the most unlikely of heroes could change the world. Chapter 2. The Enchanted Forest. As Gruff and Snort made their way towards the heart of Follyfae, they encountered their first challenge, the Enchanted Forest. This seemingly beautiful woodland was home to dangerous creatures and unpredictable magic. It was said that anyone who ventured in without a pure heart would be lost forever. Gruff, confident in his noble intentions, led Snort into the forest with caution. The duo quickly discovered that the Enchanted Forest was indeed a perilous place. They were met with illusions, shifting landscapes, and aggressive creatures that tested their wits and strength. During one particularly intense encounter, Gruff found himself cornered by a pack of snarling wolves. Just as he began to fear for his life, Snort charged in, using his agility and surprising strength to fend off the attackers. The wolves, taken aback by the brave pig, retreated into the shadows. This experience not only solidified Gruff's belief in Snort's abilities but also demonstrated the power of their bond. The duo pressed onward, growing more confident with each challenge they overcame. Along the way, they met other travelers and magical beings who offered assistance, intrigued by the unusual pair. One such encounter was with a wise old druid, who shared a crucial piece of information about the evil sorcerer. The druid revealed that the sorcerer's power was derived from an ancient artifact known as the Stoneheart Amulet. To defeat him, Gruff and Snort would need to find and destroy the amulet, rendering the sorcerer powerless. With renewed determination, Gruff and Snort continued their journey through the Enchanted Forest, each step bringing them closer to their ultimate goal. They knew that the road ahead would be long and fraught with danger, but together, they were ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. Chapter 3: The City of Whimsy. Emerging from the treacherous Enchanted Forest, Gruff and Snort found themselves in the City of Whimsy. This bustling metropolis was a hub of magical creatures, extraordinary inventions, and enchanting sights. Towering spires reached into the sky, and vibrant, bustling marketplaces filled the air with a cacophony of sounds. Gruff and Snort knew they needed to gather more information about the Stoneheart Amulet and find allies to help them on their quest. They visited the city's library, where Gruff studied ancient texts and scrolls in search of clues, while Snort befriended the local creatures, winning their hearts with his endearing charm. In the library, Gruff stumbled upon a hidden chamber that contained a detailed map of Follyfay. The map revealed the location of a hidden temple, rumored to house the Stoneheart Amulet. Gruff was overjoyed by this discovery, but he was also aware that the temple would likely be heavily guarded. Meanwhile, Snort's newfound friends provided valuable insights and support. A group of mischievous fairies taught Snort how to become invisible, while a skilled gnome blacksmith crafted a lightweight, enchanted armor for Gruff that would enhance his strength and speed. Feeling well prepared, Gruff and Snort said their farewells to the denizens of the City of Whimsy and set off for the hidden temple. They knew that the journey would be arduous, but they were confident that their combined skills and the help of their new allies would see them through. The duo trekked through the rugged terrain, guided by the enchanted map. As they traveled, they continued to face various challenges and foes, each encounter honing their skills and strengthening their resolve. With each passing day, Gruff and Snort's legendary status grew, and their reputation spread across the land. Chapter 4: Trials of the Hidden Temple. After a long and perilous journey, Gruff and Snort finally arrived at the entrance to the hidden temple. The ancient structure was nestled deep within a treacherous mountain range, its stone facade weathered by time and hidden by dense foliage. As they approached, they noticed that the temple entrance was sealed by a massive stone door, adorned with intricate runes and carvings. Gruff realized that the door could only be opened by solving a complex riddle. He studied the runes carefully, while Snort patiently waited, his keen senses alert for any signs of danger. After hours of careful examination, Gruff finally deciphered the riddle and spoke the secret phrase aloud. The stone door rumbled and slowly opened, revealing a dark and mysterious passage. Gruff and Snort cautiously ventured inside, their hearts pounding with anticipation and apprehension. The hidden temple was a labyrinth of twisting passages and deadly traps, each room presenting a new challenge for Gruff and Snort to overcome. They navigated through rooms filled with whirring blades, floors that crumbled beneath their feet, and hidden arrows that shot from the walls. With every trial, Gruff and Snort relied on their wits, strength, and unbreakable bond to persevere. In one particularly harrowing room, Snort's invisibility ability, taught to him by the fairies of the City of Whimsy, allowed them to bypass a swarm of venomous, magical serpents that guarded a vital key. In another, Gruff's enchanted armor, forged by the skilled gnome blacksmith, protected him from a barrage of enchanted flames. As they delved deeper into the temple, the trials became more difficult and the stakes higher. But Gruff and Snort refused to waver, determined to retrieve the Stoneheart amulet and save their world from certain doom. Chapter 5: The Stoneheart Amulet and the Guardian. Finally, after facing countless trials and narrowly escaping death on numerous occasions, Gruff and Snort reached the inner sanctum of the hidden temple. They stood before a grand pedestal, upon which the legendary Stoneheart amulet rested. The amulet glowed with an otherworldly energy, casting a warm, golden light throughout the chamber. However, their victory was short-lived, as a deep rumble echoed through the room. From the shadows emerged the temple's final challenge, a colossal stone guardian. The guardian's body was carved from the very same mountain that housed the temple, and its eyes burned with an intense, fiery gaze. Gruff and Snort braced themselves for battle, knowing that they had come too far to turn back now. The guardian charged, its massive stone fists raised high, ready to strike. Gruff dodged the crushing blows, while Snort darted between the guardian's legs, confusing and distracting it. As the battle raged on, Gruff noticed a pattern in the guardian's movements. He realized that the stone colossus was bound by the same ancient runes that adorned the temple's entrance. With this knowledge, Gruff devised a plan to defeat the Guardian and claim the Stoneheart amulet. With Snort's help, Gruff lured the Guardian into a series of coordinated attacks, exploiting its predictable patterns. As they wore the Guardian down, Gruff spotted a weak point in its stone armor, revealing the source of its power, a bright, pulsating crystal. Taking advantage of an opening in the Guardian's defenses, Gruff lunged forward and struck the crystal with all his might. The crystal shattered, and the Guardian crumbled to the ground, defeated. Exhausted but triumphant, Gruff and Snort claimed the Stoneheart amulet and prepared for their journey back to save their world. Chapter 6: A Hero's Return and a New Beginning. With the Stoneheart amulet in their possession, Gruff and Snort embarked on the long journey home. The people of their homeland had been eagerly awaiting their return, their hope resting on the legendary artifact and the tales of the brave warrior and his loyal pig steed. Upon their return, Gruff and Snort were greeted with joyous celebration. The entire village had come together to honor their heroes and welcome them home. With the Stoneheart amulet in hand, Gruff approached the village elder, who led a solemn ceremony to harness the amulet's power and restore peace and prosperity to the land. As the amulet's energy washed over the village, crops began to flourish, and the once barren landscape transformed into a verdant paradise. The people rejoiced, knowing that their dark days were finally behind them. As the celebrations continued, Gruff and Snort reveled in their success, grateful for the many adventures and challenges they had faced. With the world saved and their bond stronger than ever, they knew that this was just the beginning of their story. Word soon spread of their incredible journey, and tales of Gruff the warrior and Snort the mighty pig traveled far and wide, inspiring countless others to embark on their own grand adventures. And so, a new era of hope, laughter, and courage began, with Gruff and Snort at its heart, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead.